This is an R32 GTR Goku, straight from the animes. It actually made 1234. It went 1234.1. Do you like my deburrer?
Well, where'd you get it from?
The pliers drawer.
Doing this thing.
I'm trying to get this oil filter off. Right. But if you have a look at it, might be an issue, George.
I'll have a look.
You tell me what you think might happen when I take that filter off.
Well, one, the mess, I'm guessing. The mess?
It's gonna get
Yeah. Maybe it's one of those no mess.
Could be. It's not looking too bad so far. I'm intrigued. Big honking overflow.
If you put that there, it will be really hard to get the filter out.
Nah, we're getting a shorter filter.
Oh, you thought of it.
Yeah, I already thought of that.
Whoa.
We're getting a stubby dog.
You're getting a rat dog.
I'm gonna rat that dog. Yeah, there's lots of fun about it. It's a 3.2 litre RD. So the RD is the diesel block, diesel cast block. So it's a diesel. I think they came with patrols. Yeah, I don't actually know when they came in. I'm assuming patrols. That seems like the likely recipient of a diesel RB engine, doesn't it? So RD bottom end, cast bottom end, with a 3.2 stroker kit in it. RB26 head with the V-cam, which is kind of cool. Haven't really played with the V-cams that much before, but they seem to work pretty well. It's big growth. But
one of those as a kid.
A growth. All the titanium work is obviously very cool. We didn't build this, obviously. This was built somewhere else, but customers moved up from Sydney to Gold Coast-ish area. Not the Gold Coast-ish. That region, that middle land between here and Sydney, basically. Dubbo, yeah. We went out racing with him last rolls. We sort of gave him some track support in Brisbane. Decided he wanted us to retune the car, so we did that last week, retuned it, made it a little bit spicier. The power beforehand was very, very linear. It was like this. It was like 0, 600, 1,000, which for anyone that knows dyno curves, cool, it made 1,000 horsepower, but that's very slow. That's a very slow 1,000 horsepower. You're only making 1,000 horsepower when you get up to the limiter. So this is the blue line. Can you see that? Blue line is the run before. So this point there where it crosses over is around 600 horsepower. So it gets to 600, tapers up, right? This is the new tune, the purple line. So we get to 600 and then we go, keep going to the sky, right? Up here somewhere, which is like
over 9,000?
So say like 950, close to 950, and then it just rolls up to 1,080. So you're basically 300 horsepower more in the same point of the rev range, if that makes sense, which is how you make a fast car. If you can put it to the ground, which this can put it to the ground because it's all-wheel drive. So you got the flat shift set up and working. It's a Samsona's sequential, which is also cool. Went out and tested that, and everything seems to be working really good. It's very fast, it's very responsive, it's not laggy. It's G45 1500, so this is the same turbo that is on Jared's S15 stitched up, which makes 1334, I think is the most it's made at the moment. And they're both tapping out at a very similar boost. This could probably make a tiny bit more if we wanted it to, but it's pretty much on the limits of what it'll actually give us, so, which is about right. 1500 turbo, you normally take off around 20%, which is pretty much where it's at. What I'm doing at the moment is making a bigger overflow. So the overflow that was in it, this little dog right here, this overflows at 380 mil. So if you put 380 mil of water in this, it spurts out, shoots on the ground. So these cars need to find their happy level of coolant. It's just too small for the system. Brings us to this honker. So the oil filter sat right out here, which means if I put a bigger overflow in here, you'd never be able to get the oil filter off. So I've got a stubby oil filter coming to go on here, a little stubby boy, so you should just be able to wind it off and get it off. But anyway, yeah, overflow, making the bigger overflow, then this thing's getting picked up today. At like 3 or 4 o'clock he's coming to pick it up, and then we'll see him back in Sydney on Friday. But But yeah, let's go do that. We're gonna make it. We better hurry, it's only Monday. It's hot too, I'm sweating already, George. Yeah. What's the volume of a cylinder? Wow, look at that. You know how I cut 15 mil off this before? That's just a number I picked, but look at that. 150, what a nice number. 150 is a square number for sure. That's a big cap for an overflow. That's also a big cap for an overflow. I don't really want to put a cap that big on it. So say if I took another 25 mil off that, that makes that a 125, which is also a good number. 125 by 100. What's that work out in capacity, George? Radius is 50. Height is 125. Volume equals, what? Why would they do that? Look, you put that in, and its volume equals 9.82 times 10 to the power of 5.
These are letters, silly.
That's not very cool. So that's double what it was before. 980 mil. I use the same one all the time. It's a tank. It's a tank calculator. Because it does the same thing every time. I use the Google one, the one it gives me. I give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, all right. And then it doesn't work, so I go to the one that's like for tank capacities, for people to work out how big a water tank they need. Wow. You looking at my pee-pee? You kissing?
Hi.
I don't know, you probably could have gone a bit closer.
Yeah.
Go have a look at that, George. Who's that wonderful boy? Question is, do I use a hole saw to cut the plug for the bottom? Or do I use the bandsaw and just get it close enough? What do you reckon, George?
I should think, what would Goku do?
What would Goku do? Probably scream for 76% of the episode. Know what I'm saying? Who's that wonderful boy? I also need 2 of them. I should probably just use a hole saw, right? I just don't want to though, you know?
You don't want to add a whole lot of trouble.
I don't want to go get a drill and then get the hole saw and then find the right sized hole saw. And then the battery's flat and then the hole saw's blunt. Instead, I'll just make a float of noise. That's what Goku would do, exactly. Watch your ear holes, George. That's pretty circular if you ask me. What's like the biggest shape with flat sides that you can get before it's a circle? Like,
what?
Like octagon, but more than an octagon, like a 20-sided hexagon. What would that be? That's pretty much what I've got. Nah, it's not that bad actually.
It's like the moon.
The moon. The moon is a 3D shape.
Sorry.
You will be. Is that round still? No, it's like the moon. Now to do the exact same thing again. You're bloody f***ing the engine. Oh, it's leaking. Oh no. It's gross. You're gross, George. That's nasty, you're nasty.
Challenge everything.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Alright, I'm going to tack these onto here to make a cylinder, but we've got to clean these all up first. Time lapse. Look at that. That's way cleaner. Now I'm going to tack it up. I can actually widdle-willy World Wide Book hands together. Widdle-willy. Except I can't. Not yet. I widdle-willy can't swim. You actually can't swim, can you?
I can swim, I just can't float.
That doesn't make sense. What, you're not very buoyant?
Yeah.
You're not a very buoyant boy?
The heavy bones.
Yeah, that's what it is. dunk the dinosaur, daddy. Look at that. Pushing it all the way to the bottom. And it just lips it. That's the... We've had a few very satisfying moments today. You and I.
Consider me satisfied. Do you ever do your hair up in a mohawk?
Nah.
Oh.
That's pretty nice. Pretty happy with that. What do you think, George?
I think that's the appropriate size for a Saiyan.
Hurt my throat a little bit when I did that. Made it like itchy.
Do you get that thing where it feels like your throat flap kind of flaps over itself? And it gets kind of caught and you go like...
Oh yeah, sometimes. Not very often.
Something's not quite right here, George.
What's that?
That. And that.
Uh-oh.
Somewhere. Could be that, but instead it's all here.
La-di-da-di-da. Oh, crazy.
Straight over the exhaust rack, mate.
You sure?
Yep.
It's not really looking like there's much room going over this thing. Right. Shut your mouth. What a dirty. Look at it.
What do you smell?
Your mum's a hoe.
Hey.
You know who sings this?
Who?
Not Amy Winehouse.
What are you looking for, sir?
Stubby Pete. Just too small for the system.
Consider me satisfied.
This is Goku's custom 8-piece front differential. This one's custom, this one's got many pieces. So a bit of a common weak spot, I guess, with the GTRs is the front transfer cases. They're a cast, so the front, not transfer case, front diff is integrated with the sump. This is a GTR sump, and then this is what's left of his front diff. It is meant to be part of that casting, and it's all cast aluminium, and obviously you start putting a lot more power through the front wheels of these things and sending a lot more power to the front drive. Those stresses go somewhere, so the cast aluminium starts to sort of warp and do some cool little things, and then it explodes. The second or third hit of the night in Sydney, put it up on the big. I think he went out and did a hit on like the 800 tune, and then went out on the big tune and went first, second, zero boots on it. And we've got a billet dry sump from PRP is on the way, the same one that we're running on Big Deal. So we've got that on the way. We can get rid of this cast monstrosity and put a nice lovely piece of billet in there with the billet integrated dry sump and diff setup. So this engine was already an external oil pump, but now it will be dry sumped. So that's a nice easy fix, you know? For a monstrous disaster, it's a nice easy fix. Sort of. But that's it. Thank you, bye. Like, comment and subscribe. We'll get new plates. We should make some fake plates that say "Stop Coup." We're not going to though. Bye. Take your microphone back.